A He is the founder and lead facilitator of Signature Speaker, an organization dedicated to inspiring transformation by equipping leaders, professionals, and individuals with the tools for impactful communication, thriving marriages, and effective ministry. David is an alumnus of Charis Bible College, Uganda. He holds a diploma in biblical studies and leadership. He holds dual bachelor's degrees, that is history and strategic studies, from the University of Lagos, Nigeria, and policy studies and administration, that is University of Calabar, Nigeria, as well as a master's degree in history and strategic studies from the University of Lagos. Wow, interesting. David is a passionate communicator. He's known for his uplifting presence as an apostle of joy and hope to his generation. Those who have met David in person, you can attest to that. His life mission is to see people set free to walk in their God-given purpose and potential. And I'm glad that he is fulfilling that. And I can say that I have drunk from his cup. He is joyfully married to his wife and best friend Dina Donna Asanga, and they are blessed with a lovely family. So I don't know if David is already on this call. Yes, he is. So you can join me to welcome David as coach. Let me coach David Asanga. You can send in your hand claps, virtual hand claps, flowers, or any other thing. So, Coach David, you are welcome, and we are very eager to hear from you this evening. The floor is yours.
Wow, wow. Put those hands together for Ruth. Put those hands together for Ruth. That is very, very interesting. Very interesting. Wow, I love the introduction. Yes, I love the introduction. Thank you, Ruth, for introducing me and everyone. Thank you so much. Thank you, Coach Samuel. I can see you. You're always a background man. You're there watching us from space. I hope you're not like Elon Musk somewhere in Mars or Jupiter. Thank you, everyone. It's so great to be with you. We're going to have a very nice time. And I'm not going to spend so much time introducing myself again because Ruth has done the needful. So I will just go straight to our presentation for today. If I'm able to share what we have today, from fear to confidence, effective public speaking and communication skills. So let me see if I can be able to share my slides. Uh, uh, Coach Samuel, can you give me rights? Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay, can you see my slides?
Yes, we can.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So it's a pleasure again to be with you for this webinar session. Since we began this webinar last year, January, I think we did a summit in December of 2024, and then there was a launching of the webinar January 2025. Yes, I'm correct. So it has been very consistent, and that is one of the qualities of a leader. It's also a quality of a great speaker. So consistency, we have already begun. So I welcome you to this webinar session. It's going to be very powerful. I want you to tighten your seatbelt or fasten your seatbelt because we are going to fly very, very high above 30,000 above sea level. And you must be willing to, engage also when I ask questions, when I ask you to engage, go to the chat room and then engage. I've been introduced, but let me just do that again. My name is David Asanga. I'm married to my beautiful wife. You can see her there in the photograph. We are enjoying ourselves, enjoying our marriage, and it's been wonderful. We have been 3 years now married, just 3 years and still counting. Some of you know my story. When I first came to Uganda, I met a young lady who I got married to, and the marriage did not last just for 1 month, let me put it that way. And then we went our separate ways. I traveled down from Nigeria to resolve the issue, but there was no reconciliation. The mind was made up. And so that was how I began to pursue purpose the way you see it now. I was nobody some years ago. Yes, I knew I had a part in life. I had good parents, disciplined parents. But then my marriage breaking down had to refocus me, re-engineer me to pursue life. I was beaten, I was depressed, but thank God I renewed my mind and I saw that there was no way we could get back together. And so just in 2023, I met this beautiful lady after the former had already insisted that we divorce in spite of my pursuit and pressure, leaving my homeland to this place. And I said, okay, why am I loving Ugandans? What is it? What's so special with Uganda? Why didn't I go back to Nigeria to find another, woman in Nigeria so that we can understand ourselves? But I don't know. God. Some people say God works in mysterious ways. Or well, I don't believe that. Life is intentional. Yes, God is mysterious. Sometimes we don't understand His ways, but I think God had a purpose. I think that is the word, not mysterious, but purpose. God is a purposeful God. So He had a purpose for me coming to Uganda and also falling in love again with a Ugandan. And it's so funny that my past relationship, she was a Muganda. She was a Mugandan. And when I met this lady, by then I've already interacted with some Ugandans who told me, no, 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 no. You know what? You made a mistake to marry a Mugandan. When you are marrying again, go to the east, go to the north, go to the south of Uganda. Those are the people that are very good. They are nice. So when I met this lady and my heart was beating, you know that beating, stage fright. We shall talk about stage fright. Your heart is beating. You are not confident to know whether you can sell your product. You can sell your manifesto. The first day I met her, I just told her, "See, I love you, but I don't know. There's something in my heart about marriage. But let me ask you a question. Where are you from?" And she said, I'm from Muganda. I'm a Bugandan woman." I said, "Hey, my God, I've fallen again, twice beaten. Is it twice beaten? Is it once beaten, twice shy? But my own now is once beaten, 9 times shy." So, because I was trying to, make myself okay with what I have already had in mind, and from the interactions of people, that it's people from the east, that make a good marriage, people from the West and people from the North. So I asked her the second time, which part of, by then I didn't know much of Uganda. That was like 2021 when I met her. And so we kind of discussed, but I've not by then, yes, I've been in Uganda for some while now, let's say like 8 or 9 years now. So by then I have not understood the geographical configuration of Uganda very much. I just know people are Acholi, people are, Iteso, people are, from Soroti, but I didn't know the grouping. So I said, you're from where? You're in Mugandan. Okay, is it close to the east? Just to cool myself down that if I meet this one and she's from the east, I have hit a jackpot and I have made it. So I asked her, where's your village? She said, my village is in Kamomboga. I said, where is that one? So immediately I interrupted. Is it close to the east? Do you share a border between the east or the west or the north? She said, no, it is in Kampala Central, somewhere along Gayaza Road. I say, my God, I have entered into, Nigeria will say one chance. And when you hear one chance, it means danger. When you hear those taxi men shouting, calling where they are going, the transportation, and they tell you one chance. Sometimes we tell ourselves, if you hear one chance, just wait for the next taxi. Don't enter that one because they can be kidnappers, they can be assassins, they can be people that eat human beings. So I said, I have entered one chance. So this one is not even in the border of the east or Kabale or wherever. She is in Kampala, middle of Buganda. I said, I'm finished. But like I said at the beginning, God had a purpose. So my heart was still beating. Even in Kamomoga, my heart was still beating. So by the time we got together, and the rest, they say, is history. So that is how I got engaged again to a Ugandan woman and a Muganda for that matter. And we have been having a very nice marriage. So my heart is to see that young couples coming up have a thriving marriage. If I know the things I know now, yes, even though I was not the one that walked away, but I would have, added it to making sure that, yes, I become the man I was meant to be. But in any case, life teaches us evaluated lessons where we can learn and go further. So I'm happily married. This is not to encourage that you should divorce. No, divorce is not good. It's not God's plan. But when you are in such situations, you have to reevaluate yourself. Let's go on. I hope I just shared that to encourage somebody to know that you are not the only one going through what you're going through. It may not be marriage, it may be something else, but how do you keep focus? The problem with many people is broken focus. Some people, once they have a challenge in life, they forget purpose. And I don't want you to be like that. I want you to focus, no matter what's going on. You don't have money to eat, focus. Your salary, they're paying you, what they're paying you is very low, focus. What is your dream? What is your purpose? Your parents are looking down on you and saying you are the firstborn, you are the secondborn, or whatever born you are. And they are saying, by now, you should be giving us money. Focus. Because how do you focus when you have a challenge? I remember those times I was walking around Kampala Road. I was just walking around, depressed, very angry about life. In fact, I said, God, you have punished me. What have I done to you? And with my beard, I stopped shaving. I stopped shaving because I was angry that I just married just in 1 month and my wife left me. No. I stopped shaving. So I used to go to the National Library to read. I just go there to read, just to be reading. But as I'm reading there, I'm angry, I'm depressed, I'm no money, no job. I was not having any job. But one day I asked myself, what skills do I have? What talents do I have? I discovered that I was a very talented man. My writing now, that some of you read my post, I was not taking writing very seriously. I was not taking writing seriously. I didn't even know whether I could write. All I knew was music. I could play the keyboard, I could sing, I was a choir master, I conduct, orchestral, 30,000, 100, 800 choir members with different instruments. That was all I knew. And then I knew I could speak because I was making trouble every time as a young boy. But then I had to sit down. Self-awareness. John Maxwell says that you must know yourself to grow yourself. The law of awareness. You must know yourself to grow yourself. So I saw that I had speaking, I had writing. And in fact, at the end of it, I discovered that I'm a communications person. I can act. I've acted different plays, and if you see me acting here, you will not believe. I can do many things. So I said, no, I have been called to communicate for a life change, to communicate value to people. That's how I started pursuing my public speaking career. This is just 2016, 2017. And somewhere there, I met with Coach Samuel, and still on public speaking. So focus. Don't allow your problem to kill you. If it kills you, we'll continue with life. We'll just come to your funeral. We will cry a little. Some of us will fake it. Some of us will be real. Then after crying, we go and eat rice. Have you discovered that, in fact, some weddings, you don't have food, but in funerals, you must have food. Have you discovered that? There's no how in funeral, there's no food. Some weddings, I've attended a wedding where there was no food. They just, cajole us, put a bottle with glass, but we were waiting till the end. There was no food. And the person got married and left. But in funeral, you must have food. So we come for your funeral, we eat, and we go. And that's the end. So you have to keep resilient. You have to keep strong. Be courageous. We are talking now about from fear to confidence. Effective public speaking and communication skills. What is the goal of this presentation? Number one is that you speak fearlessly. At the end of this webinar, at the end of this session, you should be able to speak fearlessly. Don't be afraid. Command any room. Get to anywhere and speak. Number two, I'm going to give you some useful tools. They are inexhaustive. You cannot exhaust them. The ones I'm going to show you here is just to help you, just because of time, because of the space we are. So I'll give you some useful tool that you can communicate confidently. Fortune favors the bold. Confidence is what will stand you out. Think about it. Confidence is what will stand you out. It's not your intelligence. It's not your education. It's not your I don't know, your relationship or your networks, but your confidence. Even your networks, you need confidence to interact with them. If you don't have confidence, you are a goner. You are a goner. Number three, to shift your mindset. To shift your mindset on how you see public speaking and communication. And number four, finally, to sign up. We have a mentorship coming up, 4th March, and my desire, the same with Coach Samuel, is to see you sign up for this mentorship. You don't want to miss it. So those are the 4 goals, the 4 big goals. Speak fearlessly in any meeting, in any gathering, in your presentations, and give you useful tools that you can use to communicate confidently And then to change your mindset is a mindset issue. Public speaking is a mindset issue. Many people don't see it that way. They say, no, 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 don't talk to me. They avoid speaking. They resist speaking. They try to dodge from speaking. No, no. It's a mindset thing. Just embrace it today. So that's why I'm here. At the end of today, you should be seeking opportunities to speak in every place you go to. And then finally, to sign up. Let's move ahead. What is fear? We're talking of fear. We're talking of confidence. What do we mean by fear? Fear is an emotion. You can never see fear. I don't know of anybody who says, I saw fear yesterday. It was passing Kampala Road. It was on the air. No, no, no. Fear is an emotion. It is a state of mind. It is something you respond to, especially when you view something to be dangerous, when you view something to be painful, when you see something as threat. Mark the word perceive. It is your view, your mindset. You cover yourself. That is fear. False experiences appearing real. False experiences appearing real. False examination appearing real. Oh my God. Have you ever been afraid before? Tell me what made you afraid. Let me hear you from the chat room. Let me hear you. What made you afraid? Let me see your comments. What made you afraid? If you have ever been afraid before. If you have never been afraid before, kudos to you. Thumbs up to you. In fact, I may not see you personally, but if I were with you, I would have just given you a full chicken that you are not afraid. You you have never been afraid. Yes, go to the chat room and let me see what made you afraid. What made you afraid? What made you afraid? Yes, yes, yes. Go to the chat room. What made you afraid? Let me see your comments. What made you afraid? Yes. What made you afraid? Oh, afraid of change. Afraid of change. Okay, afraid of change. Wow. Wow, that's powerful. Afraid of change. Afraid of change. Okay. What made you afraid again? What made you afraid? Failure. Wow, 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 wow. Thank you. Yes, failure, failure, failure. Yes, nobody wants to fail. Nobody wants to fail. Very good. Desire for perfectionism. Oh, afraid of presenting my ideas because I felt someone else was better than I. Oh, very, very good. Afraid of the unknown. Yeah, cloud. Oh, looking at people. Okay, okay, okay. Okay, that's very good. That's very good. That's very good. Yes, yes. Yeah. Now, the next question is, was that fear real? Was it real? Go again and give me. Go to the chat room. Was the fear real? Was it real? When you were afraid of the unknown, afraid of failure. Yes, some of you will say the failure was real. Okay. But then go again and tell me if the fear you had was real or perceived. Go again. Let me see you. Go to the chat room. Let me see you. Was the fear real or perceived? Yes, 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 yes. I want to see you. We're engaging. So I hope you're on this call or don't be busy cooking. Yes, it was passive. Yes, someone. Thank you so much, Kobel. Yes, thank you so much. It is something I created in my mind. Thank you, Charlotte. Oh, that's right. It was passive. Thank you, Josephine. Passive. It was not real. Okay, very good. Fear, we have all agreed, even those that have not typed, we have all agreed that it was perceived. So it is a state of emotion. It is something you feel. It is something you perceive. And many times it's not real. Apart from the times maybe you write an exam and you have the fear that you're going to fail. Those that sometimes it's real because maybe you didn't prepare well, or maybe the lecturer was a tough lecturer and he was a sadist. Do you know those lecturers that they always make sure you fail? No, they tell you A is for my grandfather, so that means you can never have an A. Then they tell you again B is for my family, so that means you can never have B. Then C is for the people that are my friends. That is C. Then those of you, let my people go, like the Israelites telling the Egyptians, let my people go. Those are the people that have D. Those are the people that will have the E's and the F's. So you are afraid because of the lecturer. He has made himself tough. So you knew you were going to fail because you are not his grandfather, so you couldn't score A. You are not his family member, so you couldn't score a B. You are not even his friend. Close. You are not close to the lecturer, so you knew C was nowhere. So you were afraid that you will either get a D, an E, or an F. So you knew you were going to fail. And that is the African education. So, but in general, in the broader perspective, fear was something that you perceived. What is confidence? It's a feeling also that you have, just like fear. It's something you know inside of you that, yes, I have the ability to do this. I know I can make it. I am sure I can speak. I am sure I can, I can pass this interview. I can meet this great speaker, this great leader, and share my ideas with him. And he buys my idea. So it's a feeling. It's also perceived. It's a passive emotion also. And that comes from so much investment, so much, positive confession, so much, positivism that you see yourself, not second guessing yourself, not looking at yourself down, valuing yourself. Confidence, very important. Let's go ahead. What does research says? Research has told us that about 98%, if let me just be conservative, let me use 98. Most people would rather prefer to die than to speak in public. Now, some who try to speak in public, they have what we call performance anxiety. They stand on the stage and they begin to fidget. Have you ever found a man, very responsible man? Maybe they may not tell you, but if you are close to them, they will share with you. But you as an audience, you may not know. You find a man, very responsible. He's on suit, he's on coat, 3P suit, 2P suit, 1P or 0P, whatever P. He's wearing it, but then he's sweating inside. The AC is on, everywhere is cold. In fact, rain is falling. People are catching cold, but the man is sweating. That is performance anxiety. Let's take it further. There are others that even pee. They pee on their boxers or on their pants. Sorry to use that. They pee. Why? Performance anxiety. They are afraid to speak. There are others also, just calling them to speak, they begin to have Parkinson. They start shaking. Have you ever even experienced it? On a normal day, you don't shake. Your hands don't shake, but you begin to shake. Why? Public speaking, communication. Some others, they get there and they begin to talk nonsense. It's not what they prepared. And they just start talking. People are wondering, but this man is well dressed. This woman is well dressed. What's the problem? She has forgotten what she's supposed to say. Performance anxiety, glossophobia. That's the English word. For those of you who don't know glossophobia. Glossophobia, the anxiety you have. So, because of that, Some people prefer to die than to speak. Their preference. Imagine somebody likes to die than to speak in public, to show you how powerful public speaking is. So think about it. Why do so many intelligent professionals fear speaking? Why? Number one, cultural conditioning. This is a very serious thing. We are, especially here in Africa, we are cultured in a way that you shouldn't speak out. You shouldn't be confident. Let's leave alone when you are born. You see a newborn baby, very confident child. At school, the child can speak, he's raising up his hand to answer questions. But as soon as he, starts growing up, even the parents themselves start shutting you down. Think about your life. I just want you to take a moment. Think about yourself when you are growing up. How did your parents treat you when you began to know things at the age of 5, 4, 3? How was your conditioning? Think about it. That it has affected you even up to now. You may even be a director, you may be an executive, you may be a leader somewhere in your church, in your organization, anywhere in a club. But then somewhere, somehow, those conditionings, those backgrounds, they have a rub on you. We can see the flavor sometimes, or even you yourself can see it. You second guess yourself. You self-doubt yourself. You're shy. Nobody told you that you are wrong. Nobody told you that what you said was stupid, but you became shy. Let me ask you like God, who told you you are shy? Those of you who are Christians who read the Bible, you know that passage. When Adam and Eve, they became naked and they appeared before God, and God asked them a question. Who told you you are naked? Who told you? Who told? Because it's not me that told you that you are naked. Who told you you are naked? Who told you you were shy? You felt it. You were shy. Think about it. We were born with abilities. We were born with talents, with gifts. There is no one here listening to me that does not have a gift. You have. You may say you don't have a gift. It's just that you have not known. You have not discovered it. Even the Bible says that be fruitful and multiply, replenish the earth, subdue it, dominate. You cannot be a shy person to multiply. You cannot be a shy person to dominate. No. You must be confident. Think about life itself. People who are dominating, they are confident people. They are not shy people. They are bold people. So there's that conditioning, cultural conditioning. And some people took it further. They now made it like a tradition. So you hear some people in so and so tribe, the women don't speak before a man. When they are speaking, they bow down. That's how it is. I grew up in a church where they used to tell the women, even their husband, not to look at them eyeball to eyeball. I'm telling you. So in the church, we are there, and a woman is coming to see the pastor. She bends down and she's like that. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay, sir. Yes, pastor. So what's your problem? I went the other day and I saw this person. They don't look at. That is a conditioning. So you find women, they're not bold. They are not bold. Some churches even get it further to say women should not speak in church. Go to the house and talk to your husband. Don't come to church. Don't even climb the pulpit. Now, some also made it also a cultural norm for both men. So you're a young man. You are not supposed to speak. In fact, something happened recently, just in December. I went to for a funeral in my wife's place at Kamomboga. Kamomboga. So we went there. That's her grandfather's place, the Waligos. So we were there, and we were, we were sympathizing with the family. since this person was old when she died, about 85 years, but then we were still very sorrowful. So as we were there, we finished, we went to the burial ground, we buried, and then we came. And it was time to eat. So since I came a little bit late with my wife, so we had not eaten when they served food. So my father-in-law said, oh, they should bring food for us. And then her uncle, we were all there at the table with our aunties. So we were at the table. Nobody was talking. And so I began to contribute. They asked the question, how was the burial? How was the funeral? How was everything? How was the event? So people were contributing, the elders. Oh, this one went well. These people had where to go. The convenience was well labeled. The seats were well labeled. We knew those who were to sit according to the families. And then I began to contribute. And my wife said, no, don't talk. These are elders. No, she was telling me, don't talk. So I didn't understand, but I was contributing. And they were answering me, responding to me. Now, when we got home, my wife told me, in Buganda, you don't talk when the elders are there. I said, what do you mean? I'm a married man. So I'm before the elders. It's not that we are, I don't know how to put it. It's not that we are talking things of tradition. Her father is a clan leader. I'm not talking about tradition. They are asking a question. How was the event? Everyone is contributing. The convenience was this good. People had where to sit. And me, I had to contribute. And you're saying I should not contribute. I should stay there. I say, no. So you see the cultural conditioning that somebody is saying you should not talk. Even when they are asking a question, that thing comes to your mind. No, these are elders. Don't talk. So you keep quiet. Maybe they are waiting for you to contribute to hear that this Nigerian man that came to marry our daughter, let's see whether he has some little sense. Let's see whether he's confident. Let's see whether he can talk. And then I don't know, perhaps it's a test, and I keep quiet. And they say, this one. All Nigerians are timid. That's what they will conclude. Or they just conclude that men are like that. Or they look at you and they say, this guy, are you sure he's taking care of my daughter? Or are you sure this woman can do very well in the office? That is how people are judged in the office. You have a meeting, your boss is there. He asks a question and you are keeping quiet. You say, he's my boss. Oh, everybody, they are executives. They are in the top management level. So don't talk. No. That is a wrong conditioning. Self-doubt, hesitation, anxiety, your mind is beating. You're overthinking about yourself. You're supposed to take an action, you don't take it. What else? Fear of judgment. Oh, Charity will say this about me. Ruth will say this about me. Jacob will say this about me. Mr. Livingstone will say this about me. Let me not talk. And you keep quiet. Forgetting of words. That's how some people don't want to speak. They have fear. Fear of sounding foolish. Have you ever been there? You don't want to be booed. Ooh, boo, ooh. Have you been on campus before where you have some guys very stubborn? You just make a comment, you give your opinion. They start saying, ooh. They are trying to say what you said is foolish. So because of that, you don't want to be booed. If you don't have them here in Uganda, in Nigeria, we had them on campus. In fact, just raising up your hand to say something to the lecturer, they start, you have not even said anything. They start saying, boo, 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 boo. So you get afraid, you put it down. So that's why you don't talk. Many a times, some people want to contest for election in the guild's presidency, the student union government. You have those guys, they station themselves somewhere and they say, now is the time for Coach Samuel to give his manifesto. He is contesting as the president, the guild of Makerere University, and everybody's clapping. And then Coach Samuel comes, great student. Oh, woo, woo. then he forgets his manifesto. Those guys. So because of that, you are afraid of speaking. Have you seen those women? They are afraid of walking because those guys are there. When you walk, they start booing at you. Even though you're very beautiful, you are dressed very well, but there's something that makes you afraid, that you don't want to pass in front of people so that they don't boo at you. Fear of being misunderstood. Stage fright. Those are the things that make you. Now, you are not alone. I read the Bible. I'm a Christian. So if you're any other faith, well, I'm a Christian. So I use some of my case study from the Bible. In fact, when I'm reading the Bible, many times I look for communication. I have a lot of notes, a lot of books I'm writing, and I get my case studies, communication from scriptures. The books I've written, many of them have been from scriptures, communication. So I read the story of Moses. Now, Moses had the same problem that we are facing. So you are not alone. He had the struggle of identity. Many of you are afraid to speak because you fear, being seen as unqualified. You have identity crisis. You want to be like so and so. You want to be like Coach Samuel. You want to be like your friend because they speak well. You want to be like them. So you have identity crisis. So there's that question, who am I? The feeling of being unqualified. Somebody said in the chat room that there are people better than I. That's a fear. Number two, who are you? The feeling of intimacy. You know you are created by God, but you can't really understand. Is there really a God? Where is he? I don't understand him. So there's that lack of intimacy. Because intimacy also brings confidence that you know that there is a force, there's a universal force, there is God, a creator of the heavens and the earth that created you, that exists and is there, is watching over you. Just that belief alone gives you that confidence to go through life. So you ask the question, who are you? Who are you? There are people like that. Who are you? They ask that question, who are you? There's also the feeling of intimidation. If I speak, what if people don't listen to me? Supposing I had that mindset when I was coming here, having that fear. Oh, what if they don't listen? What if nobody comes on this Zoom? What if Coach Samuel started this professional club and said, what if nobody signs up? No. He's confident. And no, every Friday he knows that people will sign up. People will join this call. That is confidence. You can't understand it. He knows no matter the people he's bringing to speak, he knows every Friday people must be on this call. That is confidence. But how do you begin? You have to step out. So there's that intimidation. What if people don't listen to me? You're worried about the reaction of people. There's also the feeling of inadequacies. Many times, because you're not equipped, so to say, that's why we talk about competence. The reason why TPC exists is to make professionals be equipped to have skills, various skills. So many people suffer from inadequacies, incompetencies. They are not skillful. So because of that, they are intimidated. So they ask the question, I've never been a good speaker. They say that. I've never been a good speaker. That's what Moses said to God. I've never been a good speaker. Perhaps you're saying that. I've never been a good speaker. The next is the feeling of inferiority. Some of you are inferior. Sometimes when we see the white people, there's a kind of feeling we feel that they are superior more than us. We call them Muzungu. In Nigeria, they call them Oyibo. Oh, see this Oyibo. Who told you Oyibo and or Muzungu is better than you? But you have that inferiority complex. That a white man, a white woman is better than because they are confident when they stand up. They don't care. They talk with boldness, with confidence. No, you are not inferior. We are all created by God. So you shouldn't be inferior. You should be confident. There is a comparison with others. I know you can find somebody else. They are better than me. Please choose someone else. You pass the microphone. According to Charity in Shooting, you pass the microphone. They give you a microphone to speak. You say, you pass it. No. You are comparing yourself. You are feeling inferior. Take the microphone, hold it, and talk. Even if it's one word, hello, and you pass it. Oh my God. So you don't see value in yourself. The law of the mirror says you must see value in yourself to add value to yourself. So Moses was like that. He didn't see value in himself. He doubted his value. How many of you have doubted your value? Have you seen people that they don't know so much, but they just go, they just start a company, but they don't have the skills, they don't have anything. They only have confidence. And you see them everywhere. They are on social media. And you have gotten 5 masters, 20 PhDs. You have even done some short courses, 52 short courses. And you're still there. You're overthinking. You don't have confidence. You lack confidence about yourself. So Moses did not know that he had a purpose. He had a fear concerning the nature of God. He didn't know that God is always there with him. He feared others. He didn't know that people can commit. Just share your vision. The power of sharing vision as a leader. Just share your vision and people will buy into it. Be prepared to speak and people will listen to you. He had a fear of his ability. Then God gave him a partner. Just like we have the mentorship coming up. If you're afraid that you want to speak, join us on the 4th of March. Join us. You have partners here. You're going to hear some people give testimonies of what happened. The hidden truth is that fear is not a personality problem. It is a mindset problem. You need to change your mindset. It is a preparation problem. It is a clarity and structure problem. When you are not clear, when you are not structured, you will have fear. You will face confidence issues. It's a confidence problem. It's a purpose problem. Have you discovered your purpose? The law of the rubber band says growth stops when you lose tension between where you are and where you could be. Very important. So for you to be confident, you need to step out of your comfort zone. Coach Samuel has something he always says. There is no comfort in growth and there is no growth in comfort. Think about that. There is no comfort in growth and there is no growth in comfort. So you have to step out. It needs you to be confident. There are 3 parts in a speech. I'm going somewhere. 3 parts. Number 1 is thoughts. What do you want your audience to know? This is how you become confident. When you structure your thoughts. What do I want my audience, my listener to know? 3 questions you ask yourself. Number 2, what do I want them to feel? Emotions. You need to add emotions to your communication. Number 3 is what do I want them to do? Action. Thoughts, emotions, actions. Very important. Very important. Take your audience from the know-how to the do now. Some other people will even add it vision side. What do you want them to see? Do you show them? Do you give them vision? Do you use props? Do you use visuals? What do you want them to see? But these 3 are very, very key. Thoughts. What do you want them to know? What do you want them to feel? What do you want them to do? Aristotle added this ethos, your credibility. So it gives you confidence that when you're speaking, you can share about how credible you are, your achievements, your experience, your position. That gives you confidence when you're talking to any audience. So you can use ethos, sharing your credibility. How credible are you? They want to know. Your audience, they are asking 3 questions. Is he competent? Competence. Can he help me? Can she help me? Number 1. That's credibility. Can I trust her? Can I trust him? That is compassion. That we're talking now of emotions. People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. Number 3 is character. Can I trust her? I talked of compassion. Does she care for me? Does he care? Now, character is, do I trust her? Have you found many leaders, many speakers, they have been good, but once they go through a character issue, it is everywhere. People begin to bash them. So your character, very important. Credibility. The law of credibility says give people a reason to listen to you. Don't just come and talk. Why are we listening to you? There are 5 levels of communication. Number 1, the lowest level is requirement level. That is the position. So what is your credibility for why we should listen to you? Ethos. Now, logos has to do with persuasion, emotion. Logic. How do you persuade people? Through your logic. The head. Statistics. That's where we talk about presentations that have data, that have numbers, that have all those statistics. So, logos, your words, how do you persuade people? Ethos, logos. Now, pathos is where you appeal people with your emotion. This is where every speaker needs to develop themselves. How do you connect to your audience? Leave alone ethos, your credibility, your achievement, your experience, your position. Leave alone. If you're using position to make people to listen to you, then you're wrong. You're wrong. That's the lowest level. Position is the lowest level of communication, of speaking. Connect to people. Connecting cares. When you care about people, you connect. Caring connects. And connecting cares. So connect with people. Ethos, pathos, and logos. Remember, thoughts, emotions, and actions. Let's go ahead. Now, I just felt to share something about how you can introduce yourself confidently in any gathering, any place you find yourself. Now, you use this framework: the name, the role, the value. Your name, your role, and your value. So number 1, your name, it should be clear and confident. My name is David Asanga. Very clear. Not people are saying, what do you say? Dovo. No. They didn't hear you. Should be clear and confident. Have you found those people who they don't like their names? So they are always ashamed to mention their name. Well, I don't know about you, but me, I'm confident. I like my name. So you should like your name. No matter what name you're bearing, you should like it. No matter. Be clear and confident in saying your name. Number 2 is your role. What do you do and your function? I help communicators. I help marriages to be transformed. I communicate for a life change. I had this written down in my diary somewhere for a long time. I communicate for a life change. Very simple. I communicate for a life change because I saw I was called for communication, whether it is acting, writing, speaking, whatever. Public speaking for me is just a journey. It's not a destination because I can speak about anything. As I'm growing, I'm becoming a thought leader to speak in a particular subject. So I'm not just speaking on communication now or public speaking. I've grown now to speak for marriage, to singles. I've gotten that credibility that, okay, now I can speak for marriage. I can speak to singles. Now I'm growing in leadership, that one day I'll become a thought leader in leadership. I speak for ministry. I'm into ministry. As a Christian, as a minister somewhere in the church I worship, or wherever, in the Bible school, I'm a minister. So I am a faith man. I speak for faith. So I know that I'm called for communication. What about you? You can carve out your niche. You may be one thing, you may be two, you may be three, but don't be everywhere. Start somewhere. Because Samuel is a finance man. He started from finance. He started from accounting. Now he's into career. Now he's into public speaking. He's into business. He's into different things. So you start from somewhere, and then people begin to know you, and then you grow, and to the extent you become an authority. That that man is speaking. He talks on leadership, talks on so many things. So what do? What's your function? I communicate for a life change. Simple. That's I wrote it down. I communicate for a life change. So whenever I'm speaking, whenever I'm writing my books, whenever I'm acting, if the time comes for me to act a play, whenever I am maybe saying something funny, whenever I am I'm singing because I'm a music person. My goal is to transform, is to change lives. So I communicate for a life change. What's your value? What's your value? What's your role? What value do you bring? Transformation, very important. The transformation you bring is very important. Yes, thank you, Ruth. Ruth Musime, a sociologist. I help communities to thrive through meaningful participation and shared value. Wow. Now, I need you to go to the chat room and introduce yourself using this framework. Your name, your role, your value. You never know who is reading your chat now. So go to the chat room, introduce yourself. What is your name? What is your role? And what is your value? Now, what are the example? You can have an example. For example, you can say, my name is Juliet Anderson. I am a customer experience specialist. I help companies design simple service systems that can make clients feel heard and valued. Very simple. So I want to see your introduction. Go to the chat room. Introduce yourself. My name is Livingstone Kamukama. I'm a digital and branding consultant. I help SMEs create online identities that attract the right customers. Your name, your role, your value. Your name, your role, your value. Your name, your role, your value. Be confident about this. Let's go ahead. We are almost finishing. How do you speak with confidence and you are now bold? These are the strategies you have to apply. Number one, command the room. You don't command the room by volume or title. You don't say, I'm the manager of this place. No. That's not how you command the room. You command the room by your presence. You don't command the room by title. You command the room by your calmness. You command the room by your clarity. You command the room by your contribution. You command the room by your presence. Very important. Command the room. When you walk into a room, when you enter a place, how do you walk in? When you go for an interview, how do you walk in? How is your dressing? I see many people, they go for an interview, they don't dress well. And many employers are worried. They don't dress well. That alone gives you confidence. Very important. So how do you walk into a room? How do you shake? How do you shake your colleague? How do you shake? Do you shake with timidity, with fear? How do you shake? How do you bring your hand? There are different ways of shaking and they communicate differently. How do you sit when they call you forward? How do you sit? How is your body language? Those things command the room. Clarity, very important. Presence. When you enter the room, I've said it, do you enter calmly or you enter with so many things in your mind, you don't know what to say. You're just everywhere. If you're scattered. We can judge you by that. How do you sit? How do you stand when you're speaking? How do you stand? Those things communicate. How do you make eye contact? Your eye. Do you just look at the ceiling? Even now, as I'm talking, I'm looking at the camera, that point. I'm looking at the camera. Many of you don't look at the camera. You just look up, or you look at yourself at the picture. You look at the camera. When you are before a camera, do you look at it to talk? When they call you for an interview, a TV interview, or you're just walking on the way and one of those news anchors just see you, they say want to speak to you, you are shy. Do you look at the camera? Do you look at the lens? Eye contact. Presence says, I belong here. You're trying to tell people, this is where I belong. That's confidence. The next is pause. When you speak, what gives you confidence is the ability to pause. There is power in pausing. Take a moment and pause whenever you are speaking. Take a moment. Think about what you want to say. People watch you to see how structured you are, to know that you are thoughtful. Remember thoughts, ethos, pathos. You think before you speak. Instead of saying, you can pause. These days, people fear silence. When a room is silent, when a speaker keeps silent, people begin to wonder, what's the problem? No. Don't rush to speak. Yes, you have the time. They have given you a time, but don't rush to speak. Be calm. Be collected. So think about what you want to say before, during, and at the end of your presentation. Allow your listeners to assimilate what you're saying. Allow your listeners what you are saying. Allow them to assimilate. Pause is the greatest weapon you have. It is your superpower. A well-timed silence has more eloquence than speech. Many people don't know that. Think about that. A well-timed for 1 second, for 2 seconds, not so long, 3 seconds. People are pausing. You're thinking. You allow people to think. Selah. Pause, ponder before you say the next thing. I will show you how you can use pauses. Why do you have to pause? It shows you are clear. You speak with clarity. It shows you sound confident. It shows you are making an impact on your audience. It shows also you are grounded. You are prepared for your presentation. You pause. Very important. There are different kinds of pauses. This is just a one-time session. If you want more, join the mentorship on the 4th of March. Join the mentorship. We will have time with you. You will be able to express yourself. There are many benefits I'm going to show you. You even do your videos. You tell people who you are. Be confident about yourself. So the different kinds of pauses. We have the think before you speak pause. Think before you speak pause. This is a pause you use before your presentation. For example, they have called you to speak and you just came to speak. Rather than saying to your host, thank you for inviting me to speak, and blah, 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 and all the rest of them, you can, if you don't have stories to tell, you don't have statistics to use, you don't have a startling statement, you can just pause, smile, look at your audience, and then you say, today, my topic I am going to deep dive is from fear to confidence, effective public speaking and communication skills. What is fear? That alone, you have won your audience. You have grabbed their attention in just 30 seconds, in just 60 seconds. Rather than fidgeting, yes, you're dealing with nervousness, but You don't have a story. Everybody else, they have called your name. Let's welcome Anderson. Let's welcome Amos. And they're clapping for you. Some people are even booing at you. Then you just come, you pause, you smile, look at everywhere. Take a very comfortable position. We are talking of presence now. Command the room. Take a position and you look, you smile. Then you say, today I'm going to speak. Then you take it away. Think before you speak, pause. The next kind of pause is let that sink in, pause. That is where you make your audience to assimilate what you're saying. You say, you can even use the word, let that sink into you. And then you keep quiet for some seconds. That is the sinking pause. Then we have the before the punchline pause. You have a very strong punchline you want to say. Men are stronger than women. Or you want to say there are more divorces in today's marriages than in the 1800s. It's a punchline you want to make. And then you see it coming. So you can make a punch. Before you make the punchline, you say, now I want to say something very important. And then you pause. Did you know that there are more divorces in this generation than in the 1800s? You keep quiet. That is before the punchline pause. You have just said the punchline and everybody keeps quiet. Did you know that out of every Ugandan, there is one suffering with poverty? 2.5 million people are suffering with poverty and malnutrition. That's the punchline. Before the punchline pause. Ooh. The next one is the change of thought pause. This is when you want to transition to another, point. So you're changing your thoughts. So that is the change of thought pause. You're in the transition. So you let everybody, sink in the next thought you want to transition. Number one, number two, and then you say, now I am going to talk about this. That's a pause. You make a pause. It makes you sound confident. And then the final is before you end your presentation pause. Before you end, you say something powerful. You bring a summon, an action, a call to action, and let it sink with them. I have many things to say, but I'll be running up now. We have another way you can make yourself speak confidently. This is what I call the agenda awareness. Before you speak, ask yourself, what is the purpose of the meeting? Is it an interview? Is it a board meeting? Is it a church meeting? Is it a mosque meeting? Are you going to the mosque? Is it an occasion? Whatever. What is at stake? What is at stake? What do the people need to hear from you? What is at stake? Speak into the agenda. Don't just make your points random. There's a book called Death by Meeting. I've been looking for that book. Somebody recommended it to me, but the title of the book is Death by Meeting. There are people that attend meetings, and at the end of the meeting, you are just fatigued. You are tired because everybody is just talking. At the end of it, there's no structure. There's no conclusion. The meeting is just everybody is talking. There's no agenda for the meeting. So when you go to a place, have a structure. Are you the one calling for a meeting? Let the meeting have a structure. Are you calling for an event? What is the other program? Speak into the agenda. You're not calling for a women's program and you're talking about children. No. You're talking about politics. No. What is the agenda? What's the agenda? They're inviting you to speak in a PTA, Parents Teachers Association, for your child, for the children, and you're going there to talk about marriage. No. What is the agenda? You have been called to a boardroom for a meeting with your supervisors, with your fellow colleagues, a team meeting. What is the agenda? Your CEO is there. Your supervisor is there. The executive is there. The managing director is there. They are watching you. Leaders listen to people who move meetings forward. Move the meeting forward. Are you the type that they know anytime he comes, anytime she comes, she contributes constructively? You're not the type that when you come, you just say, but now you bring people backwards. Everybody is afraid. Oh, are we going to end this meeting? You're just everywhere. Speak into the agenda. The next is be concise. Have a compelling introduction, 30 to 60 seconds, and a memorable conclusion. Make one point at a time. Keep it short and stupid. Keep it short and simple. Keep it simple and straightforward. Very important. The KISS principle. Someone said, I couldn't reduce it to the freshman's level. If I couldn't reduce it to the freshman's level, that means I didn't understand it. So before you communicate, make sure that a secondary school student, a primary school pupil can understand what you're saying. If you cannot simplify it, that means you haven't understood it. Keep it very simple. Simplify it. Very simple. End with a direction. Before your presentation ends, have a direction. Have a call to action. It can be a recommendation. It can be a question. It can be a next step. Take your listeners from the know-how to the do now. We are going to do this now. At the end of this, I want you to do 1, 2, 3, A, B, C. Very important. John Scott said that the goal of every speaker, the goal of every communicator, every presenter should not be that you want people to do what you have, told them to do or what you have taught them. The goal is that you should summon them. If there's no summon, there's no speech. If you don't summon people in your speech, in your presentation, there is no speech. Nothing has taken place. Are you a pastor? You are speaking and you have not called people to action. You are speaking about prayer. You're speaking about responsibility, civic responsibility, why people should vote, why people should stand up for as good citizens of the country, and you just finish your speech and you go away. No, you have not summoned them. Summon them. Tell them, by this week, do this, and this. A, B, C. 1, 2, 3. Speaking, communicating is not about saying so many information, but calling people to action. Many people attend church service. They don't even know what the pastor preached. Some people go to the mosque. Today was Friday. Some of you here are Muslims. You went to the mosque. You don't even remember what they said at the mosque. Why? Because there was no call to action. There was no summoning. You just attended. You wore your regalia. You went and you came back. If they ask you, what did they say? You can't remember. Some of you had meetings today. Your supervisor told you to do something. He said something. You went for a conference, but you can't remember. Why? There was no call to action. If there's no summon, there's no speech. There are other tips you can use. Practice speaking daily. Use body language, vocal variety, gesturing, talk with your hands. Read the room, study the room, especially if you are in a different culture. Know how they behave. Don't just start talking. Watch the environment. Read the room. Very important. Read the room. There are many times I go to a place and I've prepared, but I just go there. I see that it's different. It's different. And you flow with that. Move with purpose. That makes you also confident with poise and purpose. Own the moment. Walk on stage like you own it. Very important. Walk on stage like you own it. When you stand up, how do you stand up? Do you stand up like somebody that's afraid? Do you stand up and people know, oh, this person is suffering from poverty? Even if you have not eaten for 5 days, don't allow your audience to know. Stand up knowing that the future is great. The future is bright. Stand up. Own the moment. Know your strengths and weaknesses. The law of awareness. What are your strengths? Communicators connect with themselves, they know themselves, and they know their strengths and weaknesses. Now, this means that you know what you can do. You are not everywhere speaking. Coach Samuel is about finance. You can't see him talking about engineering. That is not his strength. He may have a little knowledge of that, but you can't see him going on LinkedIn talking on or TikTok talking of engineering. No. Know your strength. Know what you're called for. Invest in yourself. Read. Some people don't like reading. Like today, I locked myself in somewhere and I was reading. I shut myself from the internet. I just came in when it was almost time to just put the flyer out, and then I locked myself inside, shut down. Most of us, when they told us the internet is locked, we were itching. You need time with yourself. Many times, I'm telling you, you need solitude. If you spend time with yourself, you can discover yourself. You'll be amazed the words, the thoughts that you bring out. Some of these things, this presentation, some of them, I didn't just read them. I just sat down. I said, okay, this is what I want to say. I just sat alone. I just stayed. I sat down with my laptop and I began to type. I said, okay, this is what I want to say. I had other presentations that I can just wing it and come here and bamboozle all of you. No. I had to prepare. Preparation too is very important. Don't take your audience for granted. Prepare. Coach Samuel told me this for like 2 weeks now, before the flyer was even designed. He told me this, and I began to prepare. I went somewhere. I took myself somewhere out of people. Somewhere I just went there. I stayed in an office. I just stayed there and began to work. Now I woke up in the night. I stayed till like 3 a.m. I didn't sleep. I was preparing. I was with myself. My wife was sleeping. She was like, "Oh, sleep." I said, No. I was preparing. What do I want to say? What is my anticipation? The law of anticipation says, if you cannot wait to say it, the people also cannot wait to hear it. So you have to prepare. So I sat down. Now, by the time the flyer was out, I already knew what I want to say. We were just there playing around with topics and everything. Prepare, invest in yourself. They locked social media and everybody is crying. Even when there was no social media, I see people with their phone. There's nothing, they're just looking. Can you live? Yes, they say we should be visible, very good. But can you do away sometimes and just be with yourself? Think with yourself. Know who you are. Reflect on who you are. Make your creative juices come out. Just be alone with yourself. Be alone. Nobody there. No social media. Go offline. No call. Maybe you can leave for anybody who wants to get to you to call you. But just be with yourself. 10 minutes, 5 minutes, 20 minutes, and you'll be shocked. You'll be shocked. Seek opportunities. Pray. That's how you become confident. I will not take away the spiritual. Life is spiritual. Coach Samuel shared with us that one of the presentations, how they went to office and a particular lady just died at the moment. Life is spiritual. Confidence is not just by doing all these things. It is also spiritual. You need to engage yourself with your creator. Do you know God? Do you have a relationship with God, with your creator? That's how you become confident. Do you know your purpose? I don't care whether you are earning $50 million. Have you found your purpose? Because if $50 million goes away, can you be focused? I'm telling you, find your purpose. It gives you confidence. Your passion. What are you passionate about? When you speak with structure, it gives you confidence, credibility, your character. It gives people a reason to listen to you. You're confident. Repetition, repeating yourself over and over when you're speaking creates confidence in you. Feedback and evaluation. You hear from coaches, from people who know you, your peers, your mentors, or whoever. They give you evaluation. That's what we also do at the public speaking, peer evaluation and mentors evaluation. It builds your confidence, and then coaching and mentoring. So, in conclusion, confidence is built, it's not born. It grows from clarity, it grows from practice, not perfection. Fear is trainable. Befriend your fears. Great speakers deliver speeches in spite of being nervous, not in the absence of it. So, go out, speak, be confident. The secret of confident speaking is not just getting rid of your nerves, but reframing your mind. Befriend your fears. Do it afraid. Comprehend. Make people to connect with you. Growth happens when your fears is the highest. Do it afraid. So, my question to you before I take a bow, will you sign up for the next cohort? Yeah. Remember the pause. Think about it. Will you sign up for the next cohort? What are the benefits? It will help you discover your message and your voice. Many of you don't know your message. You have not found your voice. It will help you think clearly so that you become a structured communicator, a structured speaker. You structure your ideas. You're not everywhere talking. You have structure, paragraph. You are giving your speech structurally. You are able to transmit value to your audience. You are able to influence people positively. You are able to lead with your voice and with courage. And also, when we are graduating, we give you an opportunity to speak. When you find your message, you do it. You stand before the camera and you speak. You tell people what you do. You introduce yourself to the world. And another opportunity is that you're giving a platform to talk to moderate sessions, even in TPC. Very important. So there's no need to say, I'm not going to sign up for the cohort. When is it? 4th of March. And what is the fee? 450,000 Ugandan shillings for non-members. And then for members of TPC, it's just $300K, $80. So you can pay in installments. You can reach out to us and we'll give you details. The early bird ends 15th of February, when you have just come back from Valentine. Woo! So you cannot forget early bird. Those of you that say, oh, I forgot. No. Remember that when Valentine is over, the next day you have ended the early bird. I've done trainings before and I put early bird and somebody calls me. And some of them know what they're doing. Some of you are very smart. You call, the early bird is over. In fact, the day of the event, you call. Is this so and so? Yes. I want to come for the event. I saw that it was 400. Yes, but now it is 450. Early bird was 400. Oh, I didn't know. I thought the early bird was today. Today? No. Now remember, Valentine, that is when the early bird will end. So when you finish your love, lovey. You come the next day, no, Valentine is over. So you can pay in installments, and then you are good to go for the mentorship. One person with confidence and courage is a majority. I leave you with those words. One person with confidence and courage is a majority. So what is holding you back? What is holding you back from communicating, from speaking with boldness? God has not given you boldness, fear. He has given you boldness. He has given you sound mind. So, on this note, I will hand over to Coach Ruth to take us on. She will give testimony, and then any one person she can call, they'll give their testimonies of their experience during the call. You can see them, they're wonderful people. In fact, God blessed us with women. Myself and Coach Samuel, we were blessed among women. Blessed are thou among women. So I don't know the men, whether you don't want to speak. The women are taking positions now. There is a statistic saying that women are rising in high level leadership. The men are playing video games. The men don't want to work. The men are there lying down on the bed, and women are going to work. No! Men, rise up, speak with confidence, and let's take this world and change the world. Thank you.
Wow, 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 wow. What an amazing session. I have even earned myself a title. You called me Coach Ruth. What enriching content. Thank you, Coach David, for all these nuggets. They are no longer nuggets. This is real flesh. So everyone on the call, let's appreciate Coach David for this amazing session. I realize my background, my light is very poor, so I request to put the video off. So let us appreciate Coach David for this amazing session. You know, in this world, we all need this skill of being able to express ourselves confidently. Every professional needs this skill. Yes, Coach David put out a flyer for the training, but I request Charity to help us attach the one with the link where people can be able to register in the comment in the chat. And while Coach David was speaking, we had some comments about these are people who introduced themselves using the structure that he gave us. We have Charity. First of all, we have Amos Roy Okulo. He said, my name is Nambi Joan. I'm in fashion. Charity Nahabwe says, Charity Nahabwe, Supervisor, Commissioner, Domestic Taxes Office. I love to groom leaders to take up spaces in the marketplace, in the business world, to influence cultures in those spaces. Sharon Navaka says, Sharon Navaka, Christian educator. I partner with parents to nurture children in godly character, faith, a purpose through Christian education. Juliet says, I am Naigaga Juliet, passionate professional secretary. I love supporting fellow secretaries, administrators to thrive in their day-to-day services. Harriet Ariam says, Harriet Nasozi Ariam, I am an accountant. I help to bring clarity to organizations, financials for strategic decision making. Thank you, everyone who has contributed. I love the comments. People, do not go away. We are still here. We are now entering the Q&A session. But first of all, Coach David had requested me to give a testimony. I am privileged to have been part of the first cohort of TPC. We had a training in, was it November, December. And I must say it was a transformative journey. After my testimony, my other colleagues will also give their testimonies before the questions come in. Before the training, I had the message, but I did not have the confidence in my voice. I genuinely believed that no one would listen to me because there were better experts out there. Like I said, I am a social development professional. We have seasoned people out there who do that same work, people with stronger messages. Yes, I was not confident in my accent. I thought it was too Western-ish. So I thought there were other people with richer vocabularies, with more beautiful voices than mine. But when I joined TPC, it changed everything. And when I started posting my videos on TikTok, I realized that that everyone has an audience. There were some people who had never heard about social sustainability. I also realized that my voice could help bridge that gap. You know, the professionals have their own audience. I also have my own audience out here, down here. So that means my message can bridge that gap. And through the video challenge, we've been doing the 30 days video challenge. That one has been amazing. And right now, I've noticed a big shift in myself. I'm much calmer when recording. And when I compare my current videos with the first videos I had, I realize I am more relaxed. I do not try so hard to sound or look believable. I just stand in front of the camera and simply speak. And that for me has been the biggest gift from TPC. So I encourage each and every one of us to register and take on this training that will be conducted in March. So now I invite my other colleagues. We have Charity. I'm seeing Charity here. There's Charlotte, there's Sharon, there's Juliet, Harriet. Whoever is ready, raise your hand and tell us your experience with TPC. Then after that, we shall go through the questions. I've seen some few questions here. Let me first see. There are two questions here. Someone was asking, Claire Jambo said, how do you become a member? Maybe in your closing remarks, Coach David, you'll go through that again. Yes, I think that was it. That was the only question. So let me have my colleagues. I don't know, Coach David, whether you'll be calling on one by one or, I see someone with a raised hand. Charlotte at Rinda, kindly unmute and tell us your experience.
Thank you very much, Ruth. I was glad I met you. My experience with TPC, at first I did not have the message. Unlike Ruth, who had the message, I did not have the message, and I did not know that I had whenever I was speaking, I had maybe to first write down something, and I would always see people speaking with clarity and confidence. Like Coach someone has said, like Coach Asanga has said that for you to speak with more confidence, like you have to be structured. Until there was no structure in my speeches, I was always all over the room, and so that always created the fear within me. And I did not also know how and when to pause. So I would want to speak and speak and speak. And most of the times I would use what. Yes, now they are coming in, but they are not like the way they used to be. All the time, like the pauses, those other words that you can add in before you speak. I don't know if you get me, like the words of or every time you keep adding in another word. So I was able to deal with that, Then the other thing that I got was able to catch up with professionals, people of different professions, get to know what they do, and that is a network also. Networking with your friends, with people of the same caliber, and you get to know how to speak and behave with fellow professionals. Yeah. So my urge to you all is, if you want to really unlock your potential and maybe get to know your purpose, because this is not just public speaking, they also have that mentorship bit of it. They mentor you into your purpose. They ask you, like, do you really know your purpose? And sometimes you get a little bit relaxed because there is no pressure, and you be like, God, let me pray about it. God will tell me my purpose. God will show it to me eventually. But eventually, until when? But these are the mentor who push you hard, and then you have to think through. You think your passions, you think through your interests, and then you get to know, oh, this is what my purpose is. Of course, sometimes you don't get it along the way very well. It is not that clear, but as you go on putting it together, like putting together the boxes, you eventually get clarity on, this is really what I'm meant to do. Yeah. And so if you want to unlock your potential and, say this is it, please join the next cohort, which they have said is in March. Yeah. Look up to the banners and get more details. And then you will be able to learn to speak with confidence and impact. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Thank you, Charlotte, for that testimony. Charlotte is passionate about young girls. So let us have the next one, the next person. I think it is Charity. Charlotte, you can now put your hand down. Yes, thank you for putting the video on. Your lighting is very good.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be here. I hope I'm audible.
Yes, you
My
are.
name is Nahawe Charity. I work with URA. Why I joined this public speaking and mentorship program was because I had applied for a promotional job, and when I entered the boardroom, I froze. I don't know what happened that day. I froze, and I did not get the job. And as a person, I've always been a very confident person when I speak before people, whoever it is. So it made me think probably I need to meet someone or meet a team that can then mentor me into being a better speaker. Because sometimes you may think, oh, I'm very good at something, until you probably get a hiccup and then need help. So I joined this group. It was a 5 weeks journey. Many of us are corporates. Many of us don't have time. We are juggling between family and work and so many other things that we have on our plate. But why I like this mentorship program is because it's online. We had probably 80% of it online, and then we had 2 physical meetings where you'd now present before your fellow peers. So your peers would actually evaluate you, as well as the coaches, that is Coach David and Coach Samuel. And the beauty about it is that many of us are very quick to sing the negative. Whenever they'd ask us, what have you learned? Or how do you feel after a presentation? Many people would rush to talk the negative. Then Coach Samuel always said that, well, how about the positive? What positive thing can you take? What do you think you felt good about? And you begin to see objective feedback to you. one thing I had is that I have the charisma, I have what it takes to stand, but the issue was structure. So with the 30-day video training which we had after the graduation, I've been posting videos as well, as doing on leadership. I love to lead. I love to groom leaders to take up spaces. I feel that many of us can actually be leaders, but out of fear, we step back. And so I was doing a 30-day challenge. I began with book reviews on leadership. Along the way, I began a King series, and I was looking at it in line with the kings in the Bible. And I began with King Saul, and next will be King David and the rest of them. And one of the things I also like is that at the end of it all, one of the things that came up was because I was on LinkedIn and on TikTok, that people actually who are in Kamol, if you know what I mean. They don't like your videos, but they actually watch you. And I've seen many people tell me, oh, I've been seeing you on LinkedIn. Oh, I've been seeing you on this. And it has created visibility for me. Yeah. I've had more people liking my, my videos. I've had more people connecting with me on LinkedIn. The other thing about this mentorship program, why it is different is because we have coaches who actually follow us up. And we ask them questions and they give us feedback that is really, really needed. It is relevant for us. I'll give an example. The time when I felt that the King series was really very simple, I was like, Coach Samuel, I feel I'm doing this King series, but it seems very simple. And he told me, but you see, that's what people need. You shouldn't complicate, this King series. People need to understand. Yeah. And so this and the other beauty about it is that this was the first cohort. You're now welcome to come to the second cohort. I believe that by the time you finish it, you will not be the same. Of course, the third thing is the networking. When I joined, I will testify to this as well. My friend Charlotte told me about it. I was hesitant, but then when I listened to the YouTube presentation that Coach Samuel did, I got on board, and it hasn't left me the same. But also beyond this, they have what they call Transformational Professionals Club that we are all to be a part of. The moment you get in line with this mentorship program, and then you become a member of that TPC, you even get to learn more, you get to interact more, and you get to grow with like-minded professionals like you. So I invite all of you, if you can make it this time, it will be on 4th of March. Don't miss the opportunity, call as many friends, and above all, discover your purpose. Discover who you are really created to be. Some of us are women empowerment. When we're doing this mentorship, we got people who love girl child development. We had people who like social development, like we're seeing Ruth Musime. We have people in different, then we had, of course, Harriet, who's good in financial literacy, myself, who loves leadership and women empowerment. Also, as I conclude, I need to finish. I had a concept called Come Alive, which began in September last year, but I had not yet come alive, if I know what I mean. It was a smaller group, but then when I came to this mentorship program, my coaches told me, and even my teams, they told me, why don't you now begin up a YouTube channel? I believe very soon we shall have a YouTube channel to share and interact with each other, able to study together. And the theme behind it is for really women, but men are also welcome to listen in. We come to heal, grow, and come alive together to fulfill purpose, which God gave all of us as women. So thank you so much. And I look forward to seeing you in the next cohort. Don't miss this opportunity. I believe that we're all meant to be good public speakers. And I believe right now that the more we do this, and also I want to testify this as well, because of public speaking, when we graduated, they shared our posts everywhere. And when we had recently a boot camp at work, I was nominated to be an MC. It opened me up into something I'd never really done in a long time. But people told me, yes, you've done a good job. And so I feel that it will awaken some things which have been buried in you. You begin to see yourself in a different light than you've been seeing yourself. So I urge you, if you can, please be a part of it. And I believe at the end of it all, you'll not remain the same. I believe all of us have not remained the same. And I urge all of us, 4th of March, be a part of it. I thank you. Over to you, Ruth.
Thank you, Charity. Who else would like to share their experience? Members, we need to wind up. Meanwhile, you can be putting your questions in the chat box. I'm seeing a question from Amos Royo Kulo. How long is the training or mentorship? It is 5 weeks. Coach David, is that true? 5 weeks? Yes, 5 weeks program where we had were they four sessions online and then two physical sessions. So that is how rigorous the training is. That is how rich it is and how good it is. So we have Juliet Naigaga. Juliet, kindly unmute and share your experience with us. Then next will be Sharon.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm Naigaga Juliet, as I had introduced myself earlier. TPC, I've been connected with it. I started with following YouTube for Coach Samuel for a long time. But since I joined this club, I am changed. I have taken up spaces that I didn't know I would. I have connected, I have interacted, I have met, I have shared with the people from different professions, not only my profession, but people of different professions. And I keep learning from them. I keep sharing with them. I keep connecting with them. 4th March 2026, the public speaking and communication mentorship will be kickstarting. As Coach David has said, registration is open. I will be part of the cohort. I am the team leader for that cohort and ready to meet, share, and interact with whoever will be part of that cohort. Thank you so much.
You see, Juliet has already booked her position. She is the team leader, the class representative. Thank you, Juliet. I believe Coach David cannot wait to have you. Okay, next we have, was it Sharon? Sharon, kindly unmute and share with us. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. Thank you, Ruth. Let me try to be brief because I have something to do. So when I joined TPC with Signature Speaker, I was from Bible College. I had just finished my final year, and in final year, they normally teach us about systems, how to, if you want to start business, building wealth. So I had this dream in me, but I didn't know how to bring it out. So it taught me, joining TPC taught me that just because you know something doesn't mean that you know how to do it. Because I was this kind of person, I saw people doing what was inside of me, but then I was afraid that they are better than me. So why should I bother doing it? So at some point, I was going to look for people who are doing what was in me and just serve or support them. But TPC and Signature Speaker, they gave me a formula on how to present myself. And with this challenge, it has really helped me. It has given me the opportunity not to be afraid, because before I didn't believe in myself. I used to compare myself to others. And I thought I have to know everything. I thought I have to be perfect, but I'm learning that there are things I'm going to learn along the way. I'm going to perfect along the way. Then also I got to learn that growth happens while doing, not before starting. So if you're afraid and saying that I'm not going to do this right now because I need to first be perfect, you're not going to grow. You need to push yourself. I mean, you need to present yourself. The videos may not be that quality, even your voice, but each and every day I'm perfecting. I'm like changing. I'm making corrections. I'm not yet there yet, but I'm trying my best at least to make corrections. And then the other thing I learned, even when I feel uncomfortable, I must show up, because there is no growth in comfort, and there is no comfort in growth. So this journey has been amazing for me, and I'm looking forward to continue even supporting, even serving where necessary so that I can continue growing, because growth does not stop. You need to continue growing and growing and growing. And some things don't make sense the first time you listen to them, but you keep on listening and they will make sense later. Thank you.
Wow, thank you, Sharon, for that amazing testimony. We have Harriet, Madam Harriet on call. Do you want to share with us? Members, kindly put your questions in the chat box, or you can raise your hand up. Okay, yes. Madam Harriet, kindly unmute and share with us.
Thank you so much, Coach Ruth. It's been a privilege to be on this call this evening. I've been blessed to be here. It's been a good milestone for me to have done that course between November and December, that 5 weeks course for public speaking and communication skills mentorship program. So what I learned from there that really helped me is that, like many of you have spoken, I joined the program when I was kind of in a confused state, having abruptly left a workspace. I was feeling a little lost, a little full of self-doubt, a little feeling like I don't know what next. So I was in that space of confusion. And as I was in that state, that's when I saw the flyer and I happily joined. And it's one of the things that helped me to get a grip of things, to get back on my journey to knowing what I want to do with my life. So I found a lot of clarity there during the mentorship program. One of the things I learned was that everything rises and falls on communication. I think it was Coach David Asanga who would say that a lot. Everything rises and falls on communication. And also we discovered the types of speakers that are there, being avoidant, resistant, acceptance, and seekers. And I discovered that personally, I'm quite an avoidant. I was quite an avoidant speaker. In this opportunity that has presented tonight, I'm one who would have happily declined and not picked up the opportunity. So I'm very happy and already saw this is evidence of the changes that have happened in my life. So these days when an opportunity presents, I'm happy to go with it. I already have a few things that I'm working on, and I'm very happy with that. And so in brief, I've been helped to be more confident, to have more clarity on my purpose, and to be more convicted that I have a voice for the world. Everyone is waiting to hear what I have to bring on the table. So I'm very grateful to have done it. I highly, highly recommend it to anybody out there who needs to take part in, who wants to build their self-esteem, their confidence, their communication skills. Please join this. You'll not regret it. Thank you very much.
Wow.
Over to you, Bruce.
Thank you, Madam Harriet. This is amazing. Coach David, Coach Samuel, you can see the positive impact that you are making out there. You are already fulfilling your purpose on this earth. And I believe even us that have gone through your hands, we are going to fulfill our purposes. So we still have 24 people on the call. What does that show? Even when it is past time, it shows that this has been amazing. This has been enriching. Kindly put your questions in the chat box. I do not see any questions, or you can unmute and ask your question. Kindly put up your hand and I will call upon you to ask your question or to give a comment. If not, then we can call it an evening. Do you have any questions? Some that have been there, I think, have been answered in the chat. Coach David, can we conclude? Because I can see it is way past time.
Okay, thank you so much, Ruth. Thank you, Coach Samuel. Thank you, everyone that have spoken. So I can't wait to see those of you who are signing up for the next cohort. We'll send it. I'm sure the link has been sent. You can sign up. Also, if you cannot sign up here, you join the WhatsApp group where TPC will send the link, and you become you will be given more information about the program. So we are beginning on the 4th of March. Some people have been asking the question. So it is 5 weeks. Every Wednesday is a Wednesday. It's on a Wednesday. 5 weeks on Wednesdays. So we are not losing any space. 5 weeks, and then we have 2 physical sessions. Sorry, 1 physical session, but the first cohort had 2 physical sessions, but this time around, we want to do 1 physical session. So the 2 Saturdays, one will be online where we shall assess you online. We have that rigorous assessment. You stand in your Zoom wherever you are to speak. Your video will be on. You're not switching it off, whether you have good lighting or not. You put it there. Like they have shared, it's not about perfection. So you present and we assess you. Coach Samuel will be there to assess you, myself, and even some of the cohort that just finished. They are now mentors by default. So those of them who are chanced will join us to assess you. And then we have another physical session where you will present, but also others will be there to listen to you. And it's going to be very interesting. We have a certificate to give so that you can put it in your curriculum vitae. So just be part of it. It's going to be amazing. I urge you all. We're all growing. Me, myself, I'm still growing. I'm even still taking courses in public speaking. Imagine. I'm not there yet, so I'm still learning. So I urge you to be part of it. So the link has been shared. Join the WhatsApp group, and it's going to be very, very interesting. The virtual session is on Saturday to help you learn how to deliver sessions, especially online. Some of you don't know online etiquette. So we shall help you with that, and the environment, digital environment. So be there. Somebody's asking, is it possible to get today's presentation? Yeah, you go online, is there, is on YouTube. Go and you have it there. Coach Samuel, kindly reshape the training link. Okay, reshare. They're going to share it. If you're on the WhatsApp group, we shall send it there. This is a great opportunity, and I'm very happy. Coach Samuel met me last year, and we started it just like we are talking about confidence, and we came together to partner, TPC and Signature Speaker, and see where it has gone to. We don't know where this will lead. The many leaders that are coming up, the global speakers, we're creating a movement where we have speakers. We're tired of people just speaking to just inform, but we are creating impactful speakers. So if you want to be impactful, join us and let's make impact, not just in Uganda, but the world. I think that's all. Otherwise, I can keep you here till tomorrow.
I
Okay.
know you. Thank you, Coach David, for that conclusion. So members who can help us to give some concluding remarks, to thank our coach and share with us what they've learned out of this session, and then we call it an evening. Any volunteer? Can we please have a gentleman? We only had ladies sharing with us. Can we have a gentleman to do that for us, please? To thank the speaker, share with us what they've learned. Yes, thank you, Alex.
Okay, on behalf of Alex, I'm in Nairobi, and I think I want to thank you, organizers of these talks that are there every Friday, and specifically for today on public speaking. I think I've taken home quite a number of things, including being confident, being clear, and being intentional. So, on behalf of those who have been on the call, let me take this opportunity to thank you, Coach David and Ruth, for this session. God bless you, and we hope to meet you again next Friday. God bless you.
Thank you, Alex, for the amazing concluding remarks. And the 22 people who are still on this call, may God bless you, and may you have a lovely night. Bye. See you on Friday.
Thank you. Thank you.